Alright, what's up everyone? Um, Wanted to do a quick video for my new Crust Malocchio that I just finished building up yesterday. But first, a reminder to please like, subscribe, and comment to help out the channel. That'll ensure that the most number of people see the videos that want to see them, so thank you for that. Yeah, so I built this bike up yesterday and I took it on a ride last night just to get it nice and dirty and hang out with the homies. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about the build. Very stoked on this bike. I have a kind of cringy carbon road bike that's like a spaceship, and it's got, electronic shifting, hydraulic disc brakes, all that jazz. And so I wanted to build up something a little bit more low key, something a little bit more, you know, brevet appropriate, a little more calling in sick appropriate, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I built it up one by with the SRAM Force group. Wanted it to be all black. I thought that it looks cool, and too much silver with black seems to contrast a little bit in a way that I don't fully enjoy. So yeah, I went all black. Build is super light. It's got the Columbus Spirit stuff that's just like the nicest riding tube set I've ever tried. I wasn't a believer in name brand tube sets, but then I've just ridden so many bikes that I think there's something to it. Quick close up of the cockpit and the head tube. Um, really like the way all the gloss black stuff looks together, and just kind of seems to be sort of the same finish, a nice gloss or semi-gloss. I got the Nitto Pearl stem from the Space Age Bags Calling in Sick swap meet, so thank you to, I believe your name was Mike, who sold me that for $35. Thanks for the deal. The headset is a Tonga from eBay, all black as well. I think that all looks really good together. The seat post is Nitto 92 I got from Rivendell. Thanks, Will. I believe Simworks calls these the frog or the froggy post because the head looks like, or the top of the seat post looks like the head of a frog. And I love frogs, so I just had to get this seat post. And it works with the theme of black, the glossy black. I actually had this on my Bombora first. There's that frog head. It's just so cute. Once you notice it, you don't stop noticing it. Saddle is a Ritchie Cabrillo. Really nice saddle. Just kind of simple, but does the job, does the trick. I got some new old stock Force 22 carbon cranks from Paceline Forum. So thank you, Paceline Forum. And the ring is a wolf tooth it was in the blem section. They thought it was a 42, so I guess they stamped it with 42. And you can see that double vision there. It's actually a 40 tooth. And there's the rest of the drivetrain. I really like the SRAM, I think it's called CX1 stuff. Just like a clutched rear derailleur designed around one by. Clears a 42. I think that's a Sunrace 1142, 11 speed. Shout out Sunrace. And you can also see the branding on the inside of the chainstay there. Here's a more zoomed out shot. I think it looks good from the front. Looks pretty mean. Bike is super fast. The one by stuff helps it be, and the fact that it's carbon helps it be. I mean, this bike it's easily sub 20 pounds, I want to say. So it's quite a light, fast bike, and it'll put a carbon bike to shame under the right rider. The bag is a inconvenience store bento bag in the Peace Sports livery, which I think it has to do with a sports team. But I don't do sports, so I have no idea what sports team that is, or if it's baseball or football or pétanque or what have you. I should say bocce, since this is an Italian bike, or Italian tubed bike. This is a shot from the ride last night. This was a swerving ride. Shout out swerving. Marin Trail. There's the rear brake. That's a Tektro R539, I want to say. It's like a little sibling to the R559 long reacher. It's a 38 tire. You can see the clearance is pretty much maxed out there. It's maybe 3 millimeters of clearance there. The rear bridge is a little bit low, which I think is kind of a mistake on Crust's part, although I don't really mind it. You can run the same mid-reach brake up front. Pads are all the way down at the bottom of the slot, which is fine with these brakes. I think some mid-reach brakes technically won't work for the front, but it works for me, so I'm happy with it. And 38's plenty of tire. I might even go down to 35. These tires belong in the trash anyway. It looks really good dusty. I'm really stoked on how it looks with a bit of dust on it. No one likes a clean bike. There it is walking away from me. Shout out Soma Highway 1 bar. It's a great bar. It's a little more modern than a classic bend. It's got a little bit more of like a compact or shallow bend. It's really comfortable. So shout out the homie Luke, works at Mary Sales. Yeah, what a fun, fast bike. There's an extra close-up of the head tube. The lug work is really nice, especially at the head tube and the fork crown. Really svelte, thin, almost like Mark Danucci, but probably not quite as delicate. All that black stuff looks really good together. I keep saying it. There's that Malocchio down tube decal. There's a crank, bottom bracket, Columbus Spirit. Shout out to Gordo, Eric, the homie who got that black GXP bottom bracket for me, super quick, from Craigslist. I still need to Venmo you, but thank you. That's a Blue Lug brass shifter mount cover. Since it's a 1x, you don't need the housing stop thing on the left side, so Blue Lug makes these covers for like a traditional shifter mount to be covered and not just exposed and probably gouge you in the leg, which I think has happened to me before. It's a neat little piece of kit. Shout out the Colonel at Blue Lug. There's a close-up or a detail view of the Occhio Malocchio Prezzemolo e Finocchio. I have no idea what that is. I think it has to do with a movie. I Wikipedia'd it. Probably won't watch it. Columbus Spirit, shout out. Made in Italy. I'm going to Italy in October, which I'm kind of excited about. Might see more bikes with Columbus Spirit. It's something to be excited about. I had a Tim Neenan Lighthouse Cycles custom built for me with Columbus Spirit back in the day. That's an amazing riding bike. Probably best riding bike I've ever had or tried. That bike is with the homie Luke right now. I'll get it back one day, but shout out Luke. Leave a comment if you think he should sell it back to me. There's that stem. Beautiful Nito, I should say. Pronounce it better. Matches that Tonga headset really nicely. It's not quite slammed. I think that would be a little aggressive if I slammed it another centimeter. But I certainly could, and that's the nice thing about quill stems. There is a detail of the fork crown lug. I think it's really cool. Very evil. Fits with the evil eye theme or name of the bike. That's actually one of my favorite parts of the bike is that fork crown. It just looks mean in a good way. I didn't really get a shot of the head tube. Like the decal on the head tube, but it's pretty cool. It's that same eye, and the eye is opening and closing. I think it looks neat. The dust looks really good on there. Shout out dust. These are my clapped out Panaracer Gravel Kings that belong in the trash. I double flatted on these last night on that ride. So yeah, I should really throw these away. I wanted to do tubeless, but there's so many holes in them, I don't think it'll even work. So I might be getting some 35s anyway. There's that shifter. Shout out Emery for selling me that shifter. I really like the Force carbon stuff. Super light. The left side is just a brake lever since it's 1x. Um, I got that from Jensen USA. You should support your local bike shop. I think that's always good. But if you really need something to be delivered like next day, Jensen, even if you just go with the basic shipping, seems to be really fast. There's a shot of that bento bag from the inconvenience store. X P Sports. Shout out Isaac P Sports. Bag's really nice. It hangs a little bit low. I probably have to raise the stem to get proper clearance because the buckle was rubbing on the tire last night when I rode it. Um, might have to figure something out for that. Those are the beautiful King Cage Iris cages, which I have on almost all of my bikes. I think they're the best looking cages of all time, and the retention's really good too, versus like a more standard looking cage. Seat lug is nice, maybe not quite as refined as the head tube and the fork crown, but it still fits with the theme. Those are those eyes. I think the eyes are pretty cool. Evil Eye. Malocchio stands for Evil Eye. Um, I didn't think I would like the down tube decal, but after seeing it in person, I actually do like it. So I'm not going to cover it with another sticker. Yeah, this bike, it really rides nice. And the brake thing is like not a big deal. I think like who cares if you can't run a 42 in the rear? Just run a 38. It's plenty of tire for a road bike. Bike fits super nice too. This is the under large, the 57. Um, really fits well. All right, folks, that's it. Thanks for listening. That was my Crust Malocchio. I'll be sure to post an update once I have more miles on this thing. Thanks for watching. And now a quick plug for the merchandise. If you want to support this channel and the magazine, check out the link here, callinginsickmag.myshopify.com. We've got t-shirts, we've got hoodies available for pre-order. They should be with us as soon as tomorrow and start shipping. The design was done by Ruben Sawyer, who's kind of like famous in the metal art design world. This is a new colorway we're doing with the dark green hoodie with the lavender ink in addition to the black and white. We've also got embroidered hats by Goth Brooks. There's only a few of these ones left. Maybe 2 of the green and maybe 4 of the burgundy with pink. So if you want one, definitely grab it. I don't know if we're going to do these again. And then lastly, we are also doing what I call the tiny bar bag, which is a collaboration with Tunitas Creative, soft goods design studio. It's just a tiny bar bag, and you can fit it in a variety of different places. You can use it as a bar bag, you can use it as a saddle bag. Here I am using it as a saddle bag. It's full of Vigo bears. Eating them right out of the bag. So that's a fun new product too. All right, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.